it's Alicia, and today I want to share with you some of my favorite February reads. Okay, we're going to start with Saga. This is a graphic novel. I recently finished volume 8. That's the newest one. But this story is bonkers. Bonkers in the best way. It's told mostly from Hazel's point of view. She's a little girl. She's actually born on page 1 of volume 1. And this story is about her parents. Her father is Marco. His people have horns. And her mother is Alana, and her people have wings. And they have been at war for a very long time. They don't get along. They're bitter rivals. And so Marco and Alana being together in the first place is, you know, both their sides are very angry about that. But then when they have this child, both sides want them dead because I guess they don't want the war to end. They hate these other people. So they're following them, chasing them across the galaxy, and they're on the run. The artwork is incredible. The writing is spectacular. The only thing is it is for mature audiences only. It has all kind of adult themes and adult things in it. So yeah, definitely only for adults, but it is so good. Just bananas, crazy. Anything you could possibly think of would be in the story, and things that you wouldn't even think of. That's what makes it so great. You're reading it and you're like, they're not going to do that. Surely they're not going to do that. And they do it, and it's just crazy and good. So I would strongly recommend Saga. It is great. Okay, the next book I want to talk about is A Devil in Scotland by Suzanne Enoch. This is the third book in the No Ordinary Hero series. I've read all 3. I've enjoyed all 3. This one's hero's name is Calum, and at 20 he leaves Scotland to go to America. He's really upset at his brother because his brother's about to go into business with this shady guy, and his best friend Rebecca is actually about to marry his brother, and he's just starting to realize he has feelings for her. And so when he finds out she's marrying his brother, he's pretty upset about it. He goes to America. He starts a whiskey business in Kentucky, and he's very successful. He ignores all his letters that are coming from his brother. He doesn't want anything to do with that life or them anymore. But 10 years later, he finds in a newspaper that his brother has drowned, and he thinks something suspicious is going on because his brother was this amazing swimmer. So he heads back there, and he's set on killing the people who had anything to do with his brother's death because he believes it was murder. And he also is kind of suspicious of Rebecca. Did she have something to do with it? And so this story is kind of their love story, them kind of figuring things out, coming back together, realizing that the reason they were best friends when they were younger and why they cared about each other, and also him kind of figuring out what happened to his brother. So it was a fun read. I went through it very quickly. I couldn't put it down, so I would definitely recommend it. Okay, the next book is Setting Free the Kites by Alex George. This story is about Robert Carter. He is 13 years old, and he lives with his parents and his older brother Liam. It takes place in 1976, and his brother Liam actually is suffering from muscular dystrophy. And so his parents have to show a lot of extra attention, obviously, to Liam. And so Robert's he doesn't want to burden his parents anymore, and so he's getting bullied at school. And one day this new kid kind of steps up and helps him out. His name's Nathan Tilley. And this story is all about their friendship and how they both deal with loss. And I mean, there were some really, really, really sad moments in this book. I thought the way it dealt with life and death was so beautiful. But I mean, like I said, it is sad, but there's so many happy moments too that kind of, in my opinion, overshadow the sad. Like, I don't know, I didn't end the book sad because I felt like the friendship was so wonderful and the love these characters have for each other. But yeah, I know that this book probably wouldn't be for everybody because you have to be in the mood to read it. But I know a few of my friends read it too. They all enjoyed it. So yeah, it was definitely one of my favorite February reads. Okay, the next book I want to talk about is Shadow's Claim by Kresley Cole. This is actually the 13th book in the Immortals After Dark series. Much like Saga, this series is bananas, but bananas in a great way. You have all kind of things. You have vampires and demon and werewolves and sorcerers and all kind of stuff. But this story is actually, the heroine's name is Bettina. She is an orphan, and so she's being watched over by her godparents. They're her guardians. and she's actually been attacked once already and she almost died. And so her guardians are like, look, you need someone to protect you. You need a husband. So they want to have this tournament to pick the strongest guy in the world to marry her and protect her. And before the tournament can begin, a vampire, Trahan Dashan, he's the hero, he actually finds her when he's been sent to her place, the place she lives. Actually, he's been sent there to kill her best friend and the guy she secretly is in love with. So he's been sent there to kill him, and he discovers her and realizes that she's his bride. You know, she's the one he's supposed to be with for the rest of his life. But to be with her, he needs to win this tournament because they have some kind of medallion or something that like controls her, and her guardians want to give it to the strongest guy. So they feel like, you know, you have to compete in this tournament. So he does, and craziness ensues, and like I said, it's bananas, but it's really good bananas. So yeah, I hope you get a chance to read this series because I've enjoyed every book in the series. Okay, the next book is My Brown-Eyed Earl by Anna Bennett. This is the first book in the Wayward Wallflowers series. I really enjoyed it. It was a really cute read. The heroine's name is Meg, and her 2 sisters are living with their uncle, who is kind of forgetful and people make fun of him, but they're on hard times, and she knows she needs to do something to help out her family financially. So she goes to try to become a governess to Lord Castleton. His name's Will. He's recently taken in his deceased cousin's twin girls. I believe they're 5 or 6. So they come to live with him, and he needs a governess. So she goes to apply for the position, and once she realizes it's him, she's like, okay, he's never going to hire me, because they have this history, which I won't go into because it's kind of spoilery. But she ends up getting the job, and yeah, it's their story, and she really doesn't feel like their relationship would ever be more than, you know, Lord and governess. But yeah, he's just smitten with her right away, and they have to go through some stuff to be together, but it's a really great love story, and like I said, easy, sweet read, and I enjoyed it. Okay, the last book I want to talk about is Dating You, Hating You by Christina Lauren. So first of all, I don't think you can go wrong with a Christina Lauren book. I've enjoyed every one I've read. This one actually is about Evie and Carter. They meet at a mutual friend's Halloween party, and they're both Hollywood agents in LA. And at first they think, okay, well, a relationship between us probably won't work out because we both work long hours, we're both married to our job. But they think, okay, we're going to give it a shot anyway. Well, then shortly after that, their 2 companies merge, and they find themselves competing for the same job. They both want to stay on with the company. They don't want to get sent off to the company's kind of sister company in New York. So they're both trying to, you know, get in good, stay good with the boss. So they find themselves kind of competing, and they are challenged with kind of working together on certain assignments, but then they also do play pranks on each other to kind of get under each other's skin to get the upper hand. I really enjoyed this book. It was so fun. The characters were so great. It actually reminded me a lot of The Hating Game by Sally Thorne, which is one of my all-time favorite books. So this, well, I think this is perfection, and you can't even come close to this. If you are going through withdrawals after reading this and you want something similar that, you know, give you kind of a pick-me-up, this is that book. It has a lot of similarities, and it's that great enemies to lovers trope that I love. But yeah, so it's them trying to figure out what's more important to them, and trying to make it work with their jobs. So I would highly recommend this story. This was a fun read to close out February. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.